there are multiple things that begin to happen, okay? And when those things begin to happen, at the end of the day, what happens is that blood clots, that's emboli, and then there is mucus formation, allergic reaction, hyperinflammation, bleeding, and all of these things will lead to what we call hypoxia, low oxygen level, and the person suffocates, and then the person dies. This is how the thing works. Now, so COVID-19 kills through all these multiple actions in the body. That's how it kills all those things. Okay, now let me talk about the issue of vaccines, because people have been touting that, oh, they need to develop vaccines to address this particular situation, and vaccines are important. If there are no vaccines, we are going to be helpless. The lockdown cannot be lifted. We cannot go back to economic activities. Well, personally, I don't believe in that sentiment. Vaccines have their place, but I have two major reasons why I personally don't think vaccine is the answer to COVID-19. Vaccine can be one of the options, quite all right. I'm not disputing that. It can be one of the options, but it is not the only option. That's number one. And number two, it is not even the most effective option. Why do I say so? First, all the viral infections that the world has ever experienced, how many of them have vaccines that is able to protect people sufficiently? Not one. People who get flu shots, we still have to keep getting it every year. This particular COVID-19 virus mutates very quickly. So even if you take a vaccine that is effective, tested and effective today, in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, another variant has come out and another vaccine will be needed for that particular one. That's number one. Number two reason why I think vaccines should not be the primary focus is that the current vaccine that they are trying to develop for this particular COVID-19 infection is not the typical vaccines that we are used to. The typical vaccines that we are used to, okay, they take a virus and weaken that virus and pump it into a person's body to stimulate an immune reaction so that the body develops antibodies against that weakened virus. So next time that person gets exposed to the real virus, the body already knows how to fight it. That is the principle of vaccination. But this particular vaccine that they are trying to develop is not that type of vaccine that we are used to. None like it has ever been developed in the whole world and used in humans. None. This is the first time they are trying to develop this type of vaccine. It is called the mRNA/DNA nucleic vaccine. That is the vaccine that they are developing now. mRNA/DNA nucleic vaccine. And that particular vaccine, this is what is happening. Okay, it has never been approved for human use as a new vaccine. Now, what they do is they take the genetic material of the virus, not a weakened virus now. They take the genes of the COVID-19 virus and inject it into the human body to fuse with your human gene. So that is, in my view, scientifically speaking, that is genetic modification. They are trying to create human GMOs, genetically modified organisms. This new type of vaccine, it has never been approved for human use. There was a trial that was done in veterinary animals, to see how it works, and it was a disaster. And so it was banned. Now it is the same vaccine that is untested, that is about to be administered. And the worrisome part of it is that they are also striving to make it mandatory for everybody. If you don't get that vaccine, you can't get to certain places, you can't do certain things, you can't travel to certain places, you may not be able to get visas to certain countries, and all of those things. Now, the mandatoriness of that vaccination is a violation of our human rights. That is why I personally think it is not something we should explore. So, we must begin to look in other directions. Vaccines serve as one option, but there are other natural substances that equally can serve to help. So in rounding up, let me just give you a few natural substances that we can use to help us, in addressing this issue, both to strengthen our immunity and to protect us in case we also contract it, how to win that battle. The first one I will give as a natural suggestion is limit your going out to only places that are absolutely necessary. Like I said, you don't want to unnecessarily and unduly expose yourself to, unnecessary battles. So if you must not go to a place, if it's not compulsory, don't go there. Go to only places that is compulsory or mandatory for you to go. That's the first common sense thing I will say. Number two, you need to have certain things in your first aid box. Number one, you need to have zinc in your first aid box. Zinc is so critical, so wonderful, so powerful that, in fact, when zinc enters into your cells, it can stop COVID-19 from replicating. Now, I am not prescribing for you because I'm not your doctor, but I am a nutritional consultant and I'm offering my wisdom. That's all. You have the human right to prescribe for yourself in case you want to use these items. And they are OTC, by the way, over the counter. You don't need prescriptions for them. You can walk into any health store or even online and place an order. If you take about 50 milligrams of zinc every day, it is a mineral. It is not a drug. It is not a pharmaceutical drug. So you don't need a prescription for it. You can prescribe for yourself. It's your constitutional right. It is your human right. Zinc, very powerful. When zinc is used in combination with a transporter, it works even better. A transporter is something that allows zinc to go into your cell very well. It opens your cell membranes and allows zinc to go in. And that is the job that hydroxychloroquine actually does. Hydroxychloroquine helps to open up your cell membranes to allow zinc to penetrate the cells. And there are certain foods we eat that are high in zinc. Something like ginger, for example. I've seen several people who have beaten COVID-19 and they said they blended ginger with garlic, with lemon, with turmeric, with this and that, and they boiled it and drank it. Now, one of the things I have observed is that some of those substances they boil together actually are rich in zinc, particularly ginger, very rich in zinc. And the zinc in there can help to stop the replication of the virus, and it also boosts your immune system on the other hand. So it is weakening the enemy and it is strengthening your immune system so that the odds are now against the virus at the end of the day. So when they take a hydroxychloroquine, of course that one requires a prescription from a licensed medical person. Now that one is going to help to open the cell membrane, and then zinc can go in and strengthen your immunity while stopping the virus from replicating. That's how the combination works. So the first thing you need in your medicine chest or first aid box as a natural element to put you in good stead is zinc. And also eat zinc-rich foods. You can go online and Google foods that are rich in zinc, and you see a catalog of all the foods that are rich in zinc, and they will help you a lot. The second thing you need is vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antiviral vitamin. Very, very potent against all manner of viruses. The flu virus and all the other viruses. If anybody comes down with a flu, one of the things that your doctor will give you is vitamin C. Again, vitamin C is an OTC, over-the-counter medication that does not require prescription. So take a lot of vitamin C, okay? For those who have caught the infection, they can actually take like 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams every 4 hours, 8 a.m. in the morning, 12 noon in the afternoon, 4 p.m. in the evening, and then 8 p.m. in the evening, and that will keep them going. For those who are familiar with lipospheric vitamin C or liposomal vitamin C, that one even works better because of improved bioavailability. That if you can't get liposomal vitamin C, any type of vitamin C will do. You can also eat foods that are rich in vitamin C. The citruses, see, the lime, the lemon, the orange, the tangerine, all of them are rich in vitamin C. That's why when people blend the lemon juice, the lime juice with ginger, with garlic, it works fine because of the high content of zinc in ginger and the high content of vitamin C in the lemon, the lime. Okay, then another thing is things that serve as blood thinners. I mentioned the way COVID-19 kills those that it kills. Number one, it causes an allergic reaction, so excessive mucus production that affects respiration. Number two, it causes hyperinflammation, so you need to take anti-inflammatory agents. Those anti-inflammatory agents, they are simple around. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory agent. Turmeric. You can make it into turmeric tea. You can blend it into your smoothie. You can put it into your cooking, you know. And then omega-3 oil is also an anti-inflammatory agent. Fish oil, flaxseed oil, okay, cod liver oil, all of those are anti-inflammatory agents. They can reduce inflammation. And then you also need anticoagulants or blood thinners that will not allow those emboli or those blood clots to take place when the person is infected with the COVID-19 virus. Okay, and ginger is very good as, garlic is a good blood thinner. Garlic. Cinnamon is another blood thinner. So when you see a combination of ginger with zinc, garlic as a blood thinner, turmeric as an anti-inflammatory agent, and, you know, lemon, lime as a source of vitamin C, the combination is potent. And it blocks all the different pathways by which the virus provokes the body to start attacking itself. And once one can sustain that battle, you know, by blocking those pathways for upwards of 14 days, by the grace of God, that person comes out of that situation. So you need zinc, you need vitamin C, you need anti-inflammatory agents like turmeric and omega-3 oil, and you need anticoagulants or blood thinners like garlic, like cinnamon, like cayenne pepper. All of these things are very good as blood thinners, okay? And then something very hot all the time. Don't take cold beverages and cold drinks if you are exposed to the virus. Of course, the wisest thing to do is to prevent exposure by all means. That in case you are exposed, you can do these things at the natural level. Then at this, going to an area where you know that there is a high risk of exposure, wear your nose mask for that period in that particular place. Wear your nose mask and then observe all those hygiene principles, wash your hands and all of those things, and maintain the physical distancing as much as possible. If you observe all of these things, as the Lord lives, by the special grace of God, we are covered.
Thank you, brother, for all the advice you have given to us. And I hope all of us will adhere to your advice, and we believe that we shall all succeed in this pandemic. Thank you.